Welcome learners, this is CPGET 21 question paper discussion of MSc Statistics, exam held on December 4th. In the previous lecture, we have discussed up to question 25. Okay, up to 25 we have discussed. And this is question 26. Question number 26 is the correlation between x and y is perfect, then the value of r is. This is interpretation of correlation coefficient r. So, if the correlation coefficient is +1, then there is perfect positive correlation. If the correlation coefficient is -1, then we can conclude that there is perfect negative correlation. This is about interpretation of correlation coefficient. This is the example of calculation of mean and variance. Here f of x is equal to e power minus x. We need to find mean and variance. In the previous question paper, we have given the probability function of exponential distribution. We can, by using the exponential distribution, directly we can find mean and variance. And this is the relationship between AM, GM and HM. AM is always greater than GM, greater than HM. This is from programmed statistics. I am following programmed statistics and fundamental of mathematical statistics, fundamentals of applied statistics. These three books I am following. Okay, and now this is, we will discuss from question 26 onwards. This is properties of correlation coefficient. If correlation coefficient is +1, then we can say that there is perfect positive correlation between x and y. If it is -1, then we can say that there is perfect negative correlation. If it is greater than 0.5, then we say that there is high degree of positive correlation. Okay, this is the interpretation. The properties of correlation coefficient is very important. Correlation coefficient is independent of change of origin and scale. This is the important question. If Rxy is equal to 0, then the given two variables x and y are called uncorrelated variables. Two independent variables are uncorrelated, whereas two uncorrelated variables need not be independent. Okay, need not be independent. This is question number 24, question number 25, and now question number 26. This is question number 26 and this is question number 27. Here factorization theorem for sufficiency is known as. Here testing of hypothesis was mainly, the contribution of testing hypothesis is mainly due to Neyman, whereas the theory of estimation is due to R.A. Fisher. This factorization theorem for sufficiency is known as Fisher-Neyman theorem. A necessary and sufficient condition for a distribution to admit sufficient statistic is provided by this Fisher-Neyman theorem. I have given some additional information regarding this question also. The characteristics of good estimator is consistency, unbiasedness, efficiency, sufficiency. Rao-Blackwell theorem is related to minimum variance unbiased estimator from any unbiased estimator through the use of sufficient statistics. The Kramer-Rao inequality provided a lower bound to the variance of an unbiased estimator gamma theta. This Bayes theorem is conditional, related to conditional probability. Mean of f of nu1 comma nu2. This is nu1 is the degrees of freedom of first sample, nu2 is the degrees of freedom of the second sample. F is defined as the ratio of two independent chi-square variables divided by their corresponding degrees of freedom. Here x and y are two independent variates, nu1, nu2 are degrees of freedom. They are asking mean of F distribution. This is the standard question, nu2 by nu2 minus 2, where nu2 greater than or equal to 3, whereas mode of F distribution is always unity. Mode is given by nu2 by nu2 plus 2, nu2 minus 2 by nu1. F distribution is highly positively skewed distribution. Variance of F is 2 nu2 square nu1 plus nu2 minus 2 by nu1 into nu2 minus 2 whole square, nu2 minus 4, where nu2 greater than 4. The MGF of F distribution does not exist. Next question is question number 29. The empirical relationship between mean deviation, quartile deviation and standard deviation in a normal distribution is, this is properties of normal distribution. In the previous videos I have given lot of information about normal distribution and its properties, the importance of normal distribution. This is the relationship between QD, MD and SD. This is in this ratio. If SD is equal to sigma, then mean deviation is equal to 4 by 5 sigma, or quarter deviation is equal to 2 by 3 sigma. This is the relationship. This is from properties of normal distribution. Whereas for normal distribution, mean is equal to median is equal to mode. Question number 30. The confidence interval formula for the variance of ratio of two normal populations is based on F distribution. For T distribution is related to means only. T distribution is useful for calculating from population mean and sample mean, two sample means, and estimation of population, testing the significance of population correlation coefficient, and testing the paired values, paired T distribution, that is dependent values. This is about T distribution. F distribution is mainly useful for variances. Chi-square distribution is association of two variables. The square of standard normal distribution is chi-square distribution. The confidence limits are also called fiducial limits. C1, C2 are the limits. The value of the population parameter is expected to lie between these confidence limits. 1 minus alpha is called as confidence coefficient, where alpha is the level of significance, probability of rejecting H0. Type 1 error, probability of rejecting type 1 error. If Tn is an estimator of mu such that variance of Tn is tends to 0 as n tends to infinity, then Tn is called a consistent estimator. This unbiasedness is expectation of Tn is equal to T theta for theta. Sufficient estimator contains all information. The consistency means it is a limiting property of estimators. It reveals the behavior of an estimator Tn as the n tends to infinity. Dash uniquely determines the distribution. We have moment generating function, characteristic function, both uniquely determines the distribution function, but for some distributions MGF does not exist. So, the answer is characteristic function uniquely determines the distribution function. This is the uniqueness theorem of characteristic function. If phi xt is equal to phi y t, then f of x is equal to f of phi, means x and y are identically distributed. Phi xt is equal to expectation of e power t x. The MGF of standard normal distribution e power t square by 2, where this answer is expectation of e power mu t e power 1 by 2 sigma square t square. So, for standard normal distribution n01, mean is 0 and various standard deviation is 1. Substituting the 0, mean and 1 here, we can get e power t square by 2. E power t square by 2 is the answer, but this is the MGF of normal distribution. Exponential distribution is positively skewed and leptokurtic. These are some details about exponential distribution. F of x is equal to theta e power minus theta x, mean is equal to 1 by theta, variance 1 by theta square. This is the mu 2 dash 2 by theta square, mu 3 dash is equal to 6 by theta cube, mu 3 theta is the parameter, mu 3 is equal to 2 by theta cube, mu 4 dash is equal to 24 by theta power 4, mu 4 is the 9 by theta power 4, beta 1 is equal to 4 greater than 0. So, this is positively skewed. Gamma 2 is equal to 2, whereas beta 2 mu 4 by mu 2 square is equal to 9 greater than 3, gamma 2 is equal to beta 2 minus 3, that is 6. So, this is greater than 3. So, the exponential distribution is positively skewed and leptokurtic distribution. In general, standard error of a statistic is a function of sample size. Wherever we observe for any standard error of statistic, we can observe sample mean here. This is n. I have given the standard errors of some statistics. Standard error of x bar is sigma by root n. Standard error of mu 3 is equal to sigma power 4 by root of 96 by n. Standard error of mu 4 is equal to sigma power 4 by 96 by root of 96 by n. Standard error of proportion is root of pq by n. Standard error of standard deviation is sigma square root of sigma square by 2n. Standard error of sample variance is sigma square into root of 2 by n. Standard error of quartiles, this is standard error of correlation coefficient 1 minus rho square by root n. So, the standard error is a function of sample size. Which of the following is not possible in probability distribution? Here p of x is equal to minus 0.5. Probability is a non-negative quantity. So, this is not possible. This is the answer. By axiomatic definition, we have three axioms: positivity, certainty, additivity. These are the three axioms. So, this is the answer. Characteristic function of x, then phi xt is characteristic function of x, then phi ut, where u is equal to x minus mu by sigma. This is the effect of change of origin and scale properties of CF. In place of constant, they are given mu and sigma. This is the answer. E power minus it mu by sigma phi x it. Please refer my video on expectations and characteristic function. This is under semester 1. Syllabus. I have given video lecture on expectations, variance, their properties, and theorems on moment generating function, characteristic function, cumulant generating function, and probability function also. Standard error of sample mean, we have already discussed this, sigma by root n. These are also some standard errors. standard error of coefficient of variation is equal to nu by 2n into root of 1 plus 2 nu 3 by 10 power 4. This is equal to nu by root of 24. Standard error of difference between means, standard error of difference between standard deviations, standard error of difference between proportions. This is Rao-Blackwell theorem deals with, this is theorem, Rao-Blackwell theorem deals with sufficient statistics. Blackwellization, how to obtain minimum variance unbiased estimator from any unbiased estimator through the use of sufficient statistic is given by C.R. Rao and D. Blackwell. This is also called Rao-Blackwell theorem. A minimum variance unbiased estimator Tn is said to be unique if for any other estimator Tn is Tn star. This is Tn, this is Tn star. This is minimum variance. This is repeated question from any question paper. We are getting this type of questions. Variance of Tn is less than or equal to variance of Tn power Tn star with variance any parameter with minimum variance is considered as unbiased estimator. Minimum variance unbiased estimator. No. Time series analysis helps us to compare two or more series, to know the behavior of the business, to make predictions. All these are covered under time series. Irregular variations occur in a time series due to the effect of business cycles, change of seasons. This is random causes is the correct answer, but they are given changes in the economy. This is correct answer. Changes in the economy is not an irregular cause. This is about time series, regular variations, irregular variations, long term, short term. These are the four methods for measuring the trend. These are the four methods for measuring seasonal averages. Link relative is equal to current season by previous season. Index number is P1 by P0 into 100. The moving average in a time series are free from the influence of seasonal and irregular variations. I have given a material. In this material we have detailed discussion about time series. From the following, identify a method used to compute trend. Ratio to moving average is for seasonal variations. Method of minimum variance not at all related to time series. Single exponential smoothing, this is not correct. Method of least squares. This is the method of one of the method of measuring trend. The slope of the trend line is positive, then it shows rising trend. This is increasing trend, decreasing trend and constant trend. The systematic variations within a year of a time series within a year are called seasonal variations. Within 1 year all seasons occur. In time series data, semi-averages method is used to estimate seasonal changes. Semi-averages, no. Method of semi-averages is trend. There are four methods to measure trend: graphical, semi-averages, moving averages, least squares. The four methods to measure seasonal variations are simple averages, ratio to trend, ratio to moving averages and link relatives. Question number 48. The regular and long term movements in a time series is trend. More than, this is approximate, I have given season within 1 year, 2 to 5 to 6 years cyclical variations, more than 10 years trend. Random variations we cannot predict, irregular variations. Fisher index number is an ideal index number. Fisher index number is an ideal index number since it satisfies time reversal and factor reversal tests. This is geometric mean of last pair and Cauchy's index numbers. This one is last pair and this is index number is due to Cauchy. The geometric mean of last pair and Cauchy's index number gives us Fisher index number. You can easily remember the last pair index number P1 by P0. Here weights are base year quantities. In last pair weights are base year quantities. In Cauchy index number he considered current year quantities consumed is as weights. If we add L and P, we can get Marshall-Edgeworth. The time reversal test, according to time reversal test, I01 and I10 must be equal to 1, where I01 is the usual index number, I10 is the index number obtained by interchanging the base year as current year and current year as base year. This factor reversal test is, it is the ratio of quantity value consumed in current year divided by value consumed in base year. Index number formula satisfies dash index number formula satisfies circular test. Only Kelly index number and simple geometric mean index number only satisfy this circular test. Please refer my videos on index numbers. In index numbers I have discussed the tests of reversibility. So Fisher index number satisfies unit test and time reversal test, factor reversal test only, but circular test is satisfied by Kelly index number and simple geometric mean index number. Dash measures are known as economic barometers. Index numbers are treated as economic barometers. They are also called as pulse of economy. The arithmetic mean of last pairs and Cauchy index number is last pair and Cauchy index number arithmetic mean is Drobish-Bowley arithmetic mean. Drobish-Bowley, this is the correct answer. This is Walsh index number, Walsh index number. Kelly index number is also called fixed weight index number. Here the weights W, we can take any as weight. Kelly index number root of Q0 Q1 is treated as weight. If Q0 plus Q1 by, if we take the average of current year and base year quantities consumed, then that index number is called Marshall-Edgeworth index number. The number of ways of selecting basis for index number is, there are two bases, fixed base and chain base index number. Previous year as the base year is in chain base index number. Index number for base year is taken as 100 always. It should not be too far from the current year. It should be free from economic variations. Most preferred type of average for index number is no doubt geometric mean. Factor reversal test is given by P01 into Q01 must be equal to V01. This is equal to value index. P1 Q1 is the current year value, P0 Q0 is the base year value. If I consume 30 liters milk for 1 month, 1500 is the value given by me to the milk. So this is P into Q, gives us the value of the commodity. Index numbers are expressed as ratios in percentages. So ratio is the correct answer. The life table contains 8 numbers, 8 columns, XU, LXU, DXU, PXU, QXU, capital LXU, capital TXU, E0X. EX is also there. Current expectation of life. The mode of chi-square distribution with n degrees of freedom is given by n minus 2. Some properties of chi-square distribution: mean is n, variance 2n, mode n minus 2, this is mgf characteristic function beta 1, gamma 2, 12 by n. This is positively skewed leptokurtic distribution, chi-square is. If the value of NRR is always less than or equal to GRR, if it is equal to GRR, then the newborn girls will exactly replaces itself in the next generation. If NRR is equal to 1, the newborn baby survives up to the reproductive age of group, but this is not possible. We need to consider the mortality of newborn girls also. So, NRR is by default always less than or equal to gross reproductive rate. A modern form of total fertility rate is general fertility rate. The central mortality rate mx is given by 2qx by 2 minus qx. I have prepared some tables also. This is about death rates, crude death rate, standardized death rate. This is specific death rate and standardized death rate. Here total number of deaths by total population into 1000. Total number of deaths in a particular age group, total population in that particular age group into 1000 gives us mx. This is for comparing standardized death rate. And fertility rates, we have 4 types of fertility rates: crude birth rate, general fertility rate, age specific fertility rate and total fertility rate. These are the formulas for easy remembering. These are about growth rates: crude rate of natural increase, vital index, CBR is the crude birth rate minus crude death rate, births by deaths into 100. Remember, vital index is multiplied with 100 only, whereas for these death rates and fertility rates we need to multiply with 1000. This is gross reproduction rate, net reproduction rate. Okay, in the next video we will discuss the questions from 62 onwards. Thank you. I wish you all the best.